Yo, 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 it's your boy, Z to the ERK. Why? Welcome. Welcome, Furky, Dwarf, Danny, Tom Potter, Actua, Mad Pete, Rulu, Mammoth, Sedane, Mokia, who apparently can't change his name. I'm pretty sure you can change your YouTube name. Outer, Buster, Jerzag, Goat, Akbar, Kraut, welcome, Tyler, Willow Wilson, welcome, welcome. We got the patch notes. They've literally just gone up. If you go to Total War Discord or Twitter, you can find them for yourself. But if you want to go through them with this mug, here we go. Here we go. Could I link the page? It's on their Discord. I don't have it copy and pasted, so I'd have to try and find it. Which you could do quicker than I. Shout out to the modders. So, Beastmen rework. We know a lot of this stuff already. I've got music on. I'll turn it down a little. Let me know if it's too loud. It's just the Warhammer music. Welcome, Joey, Alex, Lycus. So we, in theory, know about all the Beastmen stuff, the Dread, the Blood Grounds. I imagine we've all heard about this by now. The Dwarf rework. So there's some stuff here that I've probably missed. So we got Thoric. We know about that. We know about the Dwarf runes. Grudges. Wandering Slayers. Slayers may still be recruited in settlements as normal. However, they will also be available in regiments of renowned recruitment pool. That's pretty cool. So the grudge bar has been changed. I'm not a huge campaign dwarf player. I did do one a while ago, but I'm not the most attentive at campaign stuff. I just blaze through the same with every faction. So some changes to grudges. Wandering Slayers, that's pretty cool. Get some recruitable Slayers. Legendary grudges. So some nice new changes to the dwarf campaign. For all you dwarf campaign lovers, or dwarf lovers in general. New post-battle options. Character faction effect tweaks. You can find this on Total War Twitter or their Discord. It's not difficult to find. I don't have the link, so I can't find it any quicker than you can. So changes. Pretty big changes to the engineer. He got given the flash bomb, which was taken off of Grombrindle. Though Grombrindle now begins with a master engineer hero. But this is mostly campaign stuff. Some changes to the rune crafting. Beastmen campaign changes. Yada yada. Don't know how much people care about campaign changes to read about them. I guess if they're like big ones, like the whole dwarf thing is probably a lot, but like, do people care that this changed? I don't know. Dwarf technology trees. Lizardman. New technology effects have added all skink units, poison and vanguard deployment. That sounds cool. Some skinky armies. Skink army fun. So, after going through the patch notes a little bit, we might have we'll have a little bit of multiplayer. We've also got Lycus and Willow doing a little 2v2 challenge. If you can beat them, you'll win the DLC, courtesy of Lycus. So we'll be doing that a little bit later on. So if you think, well, if you'd like a chance to win the DLC, the new one, if you haven't already pre-ordered, or, you know, you could refund your pre-order if you do win. You can have a shot at that. Malagor can fly. Obviously, most of us hopefully know this by now. It's taken him a while, but he's got there. Beastmen now have feral manticores, which is cool as well. Unit cards. Here, you can now see all the new unit cards. People can stop bugging me to look at unit cards. I already purchased the DLC. Can I join for fun? You could probably like fight for somebody else, maybe. I don't know. We'll work it out when we get there. Poison was nerfed. Yep, you lost 5% on poison. We figured that out a couple of streams ago. Passive ability recharge. I put this in a video. This was in a video. Recharge. Pretty nice changes, I think. These are just handy little extra bits of info that you don't need. If you don't want them, if you don't care, you don't ever have to look at them. But they are there for those who do wish to look at them. I think the changes to the radial is good as well. The green and red make it a little bit clearer about what's recharging and what's ready, or what's active. Precursor missile weapons have been improved. This I don't know about. Although this only applies to the Chameleon Stalker unit right now, thought it would be worth mentioning in interactions. Yeah, I have wondered about that actually. So Chameleon Stalkers, they don't have like a... I don't think anyway, they don't have a fire at will button. So they just throw their shit regardless of whether you want them to or not. But anyway, what does it say? Here are the details of how it interacts now, based on whether fire at will is enabled. Okay, so it must have fire at will. What doesn't it have? Maybe it's skirmish they don't have. Can't remember. I think there was a button they were missing anyway. Fire at will is enabled. The unit will have more flexibility to skirmish and automatically... Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's how it's always worked. If it's disabled, the unit will fire at the target specifically ordered to attack. Cool. Okay, yeah, so that's kind of normal, really. But yeah, precursor missile weapons are pretty cool. I mean, they do kind of have them already. I guess blasting charges are kind of like that, but obviously they don't charge and throw their stuff. Was poison that powerful? Because it didn't affect friendly units anymore, I think it probably did start to edge up a little bit more than it did before. Because it used to be that when you shot like poison arrows at an enemy unit, if it hit your friendly unit as well, it would poison them too. And thus it kind of evened out, but it made poison also kind of pointless. So yeah, they made it not affect friendly units a while ago. And so maybe from that poison's become a little bit too much, maybe. Anyway, what else we got? Chariot collisions. So this is the stuff I mentioned in the video as well. There's some changes to Tuskors, Razorgors and Orc Boy chariots. There is an explanation. Chariots have collision volumes that cover each of the 3 elements that the unit consists of. The draught animals, the articulation point, the chariot itself. This is just going to sound confusing. Why not for other chariots? I think they were just testing this out. They were trying to just get it working. I thought they were trying something new out, and thus they trying to, or just the kind of boar chariots or piggy chariots of some kind. Razorgor, orc, or boar rather. It's not an orc chariot. It's not pulled by orcs. But they said if this goes well, then they'll probably put it on all the other chariots as well. That's what I've heard. And obviously at the moment there's some question as to whether the Tuskor chariot is too powerful at the moment. So, welcome Ryan. What do you think the standardized stat changes make multiplayer balance? And did they fix the Wargor Tuskor? Don't know. There hasn't been any update to the build that we have yet. So the Tuskor chariots, what actually was? So Turin's video that he pointed out the chariots are OP, I think that was on a slightly older build. Since we've had this Silence and Fury build, it has been updated once. So perhaps something got changed, and I imagine Turin's video was made before it got updated. So perhaps it was addressed since it was updated. I don't know. We did do a little bit of testing the other day on that. Didn't really seem too crazy, but who knows. So yeah, some stuff for chariots, unit categories and icons. The Lizardmen roster has undergone a noticeable change this time around. It's appropriate categories, so just some moving around of monsters on the roster. They got new icons. This is what they need to do for greenskins as well. Greenskins have like 3 infantry units that all have exactly the same flag icon. Orc Boys, Savage Orcs, and Biggins. They're all pretty much the same icon. You can't tell which one's which from a distance. It's a little annoying. So hopefully they'll do that with the Greenskins at some point. Spells and abilities. So yeah, some of these got changed. I don't think these are going to make a huge difference. They're just more rounded off numbers. I guess 72 down to 60 is a pretty big jump. So yeah, there's only one way to tell how much effect that'll have, and that's going to be a lot of multiplayer being played. This change should now make it easier to calculate the speed changes for units on the fly during a battle. The more dramatic reduction of 72 to 60% also serves as a balancing tweak to abilities that previously felt too punishing. Okay. There you go, that's why that was quite a jump then. So unit balancing. Onto the units themselves. Kazrek got a little price increase. Got some melee defense. This is on his chariot. Got some melee attack. Okay. Okay, got a little extra weapon strength. So maybe Kazrak will be a little more viable now. He was never really used much in multiplayer before, I don't think. It was mostly Morgul. And now it's going to be Malagor. Am I dead, so did standardizing changes nerf Warriors of Chaos? Don't know, would they? What else we got? Beast Lord, improvements on the chariot. Surprised the Beast Lord didn't get a little bit more, because he's pretty much never going to get used unless you give him something special. Maybe he's got some... I mean, it doesn't say he's got any new items, so we'll have to have a look. Malagor, of course, went up in cost. He's now a big boy, got his own little spell book. He can fly. Malagor can now fly. So yeah, Malagor is probably going to be pretty popular now. Morgul got some mass. Morgul didn't get any changes other than the mass, which is fine. He didn't really need them. He was pretty good, as he was. But yeah, he's now a lot heavier, so I guess he just won't fall over so much. Bray Shaman on the chariot. Got a lot of melee attack and melee defense. Bray Shaman's getting a fair bit tougher. The Gorbel. Poor little Gorbel. Oh, we got some leadership. That's pretty nice. Lost some charge. Lost some melee attack, but gained some mass. We tried him out the other day. He did seem fairly sturdy. Only on his charge attack did he sometimes fall over mostly. So hopefully he's a bit more usable now. Razorgore Chariots, Minotaurs. So yeah, Razorgore Chariots just got various buffs. Got a fair bit of extra melee attack. So Beastmen Chariots seeming like they could be pretty powerful now. Extra leadership. Minotaurs getting 10 extra leadership is pretty good. Minotaurs did always feel a bit underwhelming. They've lost some charge. They've lost some melee attack, but they've got that 10 extra leadership. So we'll see if that can really help them out. Same across all of those. Butchers of Kalkengard. Even those got some leadership. Nice, nice, nice. Cygors went down in price. Lost some health. Chaos Warhounds lost some cost. Bretonnia. Battle Pilgrims losing melee attack. The plus field trebuchet. Melee defense from 5 to 6. Was somebody really complaining? Listen, the field trebuchet, the blessed one, not enough melee defense, mate. They cannot survive. They need some extra melee defense. Let's give them that one extra. Why bother? Why bother? It's going to do nothing. Helibron lost some melee attack. Various other bits. Death Hag lost some bonus versus infantry. So the Dark Elves are one of those factions in multiplayer at the moment. They're a little under... what's the word? Underpowered, I suppose. They've not been doing so well in the multiplayer world recently. And it mostly seems like they've been getting nerfs. Dread Spears, they went down in cost. It's the fancy ones. Witch Elves lost some melee attack. Bloodrack Medusa got some more calibration distance. Okay, so she's a little more accurate now. Maybe that's a little better. Those never really got used in multiplayer anyway. Maybe they'll be a little more snipey now. Maybe they'll be... I was trying to think of a close range sniping monster, but we don't really have one. Doomfire Warlock's got some melee defense. So the War Hydra lost some cost and gained a bit of melee defense. That's good. So these mods like the War Hydra and stuff, they've never really been fantastic. So it's good that they're getting a little buff. We'll have to see if it makes them usable or viable or worthwhile. Welcome, Great Book. Charybdis. Whoa. Wait, Charybdis is 1650? Oh yeah. It was 1700 before. When I did my video, I forgot that it was more expensive before. I didn't realize. It gained a hell of a lot of melee defense, though. I say hell of a lot. It's 8, but that's quite a lot. It's like nearly a quarter extra. Nearly an extra 25%. Rakarth on his chariot went down in cost. Thorgrim can now hide in the forest. Really? That massive dwarf on an anvil held up by 4 dwarfs. You can now put a few leaves around him and he's gone. What? It's another one of those silly changes. Got some mass though, that makes sense. Only 900 before, jeez. How heavy must that anvil be? Plus 4 dwarves, plus the man himself. And that was only 900 before. Although I'm not sure what mass difference that makes. I suppose when he charges, he'll be able to get out of stuff a little easier. It's not like he gets knocked over or anything. I mean, he probably should do. Welcome, Charles. And there should be separate balancing for single player and multiplayer. Does the balancing really matter to single player though? Because you get so many campaign buffs that if you lose 2 melee defense, like you'll get that back in campaign buffs easy. Like it makes much of a difference. So Gromrindle lost the flash bomb as we mostly already knew. Rune Lord Ambler Doom got some mass as well. Of course we have all the new rune stuff. Got some new items. Trees dampen the noise of anvil. Silly me. Welcome, V-Clown. Master Engineer, so he got quite a bit of a mess around. He got the flash bomb off Gromrindle. He got restock, the refill ammo. So he's looking like he could be pretty useful now. Got the ghosty version. Norgrimling's Iron Breakers, the fancy Iron Breakers. They got some extra cost and got some melee attack. Peak Gate Guard. Got melee defense hammerers. Hammerers got some cost. Oh, some extra. Oh. Oh. Hammerers got splash attacks. Ooh. I think that makes them the second unit in the game to have, the second infantry unit in the game to have splash attacks. Because before it was only the Crimson Killers. But now they've given it to the Hammerers. Interesting. We'll have to test out some Hammerers. Or at least, well, I can't now because I've changed my build over, but yeah, that's interesting. That could make them way more useful. Potentially. Got some melee defense as well. We'll have to try. Yeah, I'm going to be interested to try them out. I didn't notice that. Well, how would you? You don't know. You're never going to notice that. I have looked at these patch notes already. I have had them a couple of days ago, but I've only skimmed through them a little bit. So a lot of stuff I haven't really seen. Ekron miners lost frenzy. I guess maybe they were a little OP with all their bombs. Gyrocopters improved response times when ordering to stop and fire. Oh, that's cool. I have heard of people complaining that their gyrocopters don't follow their orders very well. Gyro bombers, flagellants lost some melee attack. Were they really that much of a problem? And obviously the best section, the greenskins. Let's see how much my poor boys have been nerfed. Wurzag lost a little melee attack, no bother. Charge speed up. We got some run speed, 62 to 70. That's pretty nice. He's a little bit of a vulnerable lord, so extra speed's definitely going to help him out. Grom. Oh, they haven't listed all the changes for Grom. Grom, I'm pretty sure, got some more changes. He had the language of the boys. One of his abilities lost some duration, which doesn't seem to be there. I might have to point that out to them. Black Orc Big Boss got some run speed as well. Nice, he'll be a little bit faster. Boars do seem a little slow, perhaps. So that's good that boars are getting some love in the speed department. Pump wagons lost a little charge. Oh, my Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins. They got some leadership. Lost a little melee attack, but got that extra speed. They were quite fast anyway. Savage Orc Boar Boys. Oh no. They've given a very small nerf to my favourite unit. The Savage Orc Biggins. Bastards. Abilities at the end? Oh, okay. Cool, cool. Nice that the Boar Boys are getting all the speed. I like that. I didn't notice that when I skimmed through. Boar Chariot. Going to be affected by those new mass changes as well. It would be good if the Boar Chariot is actually useful now, because it pretty much never gets used. It's one of those units that just sits on the roster doing nothing. Mangy Marauder cost went up. Forest Goblin's cost went up. Probably needs to go up a little bit more. Oh, the Archer one, sorry. 450 to 75. Yeah, I mean, you could probably put another 25 on there and it would still probably be fair. They seem to get used a lot and are very powerful. So this is interesting. This is one thing I noticed. High Elves. That's it. That's their only change. Like one of the slightly weaker factions in multiplayer, and the only change you gave them is to a unit that doesn't even get used in multiplayer. Now, if we think back to the previous patch, where we noticed that the Beastmen didn't get any changes, and we took it as an indication that they were going to be the next DLC to be updated, maybe the High Elves here might be... Maybe that's what we're seeing with the High Elves in this patch notes. Why the hell would you not change anything with the High Elves? They've clearly got some issues. We shall see. Like, surely there would definitely be something. There would be a few price changes, blah blah blah. So yeah, I would say don't be surprised if the High Elves are next on the update list. Maybe with Warhammer 3? Before Warhammer 3? I don't know. They said this would be the last DLC though. They've said a lot of things. They've said a lot of things they've changed their mind on in the past, so who knows. There's no High Elf content to make. There's a couple of units that people always talk about. Sky Cutters, is that a thing? Sky Cutters? I want to say Sky Cutters. Sky something. But yeah, just a very loose theory. I find it incredibly strange that of an entire faction, nothing needed adjusting, apart from the apparent melee attack. Like somebody in campaign went, oh, those Faith Bearers, they've got far too much melee attack. Take a bit off them. They're too OP. Like anybody ever fucking used them, unless you're playing goddamn Eltharion. I don't know. Seems a little odd. Seems a little odd to me. We'll see. So Lizardmen, of course, got a lot of stuff. So Nakai getting a lot of mass, which is cool. And losing some cost. Okay. Maybe this makes him a little bit more likely to get used in multiplayer, because he doesn't tend to get much use. We shall see. Maybe Nakai will... I think I want to try and do an online battle with him. And try to make a good build using his abilities. Because he's got some good abilities. It's just finding the right place to use them. A Croxagore build would be cool to make it work. So Henowin, got some melee attack. On various things. So Krokgar's another lord that's kind of fallen behind a little bit. He's lost a bit of melee attack. Gained a... No, he's lost armor piercing damage. Oh, he's actually just been nerfed. Did he really need that? I thought people usually just use Mazda Mundi nowadays. And or the Slan Life Lord. Or what's his face? Tic-Tac-Toe, lost a little cost. Mazda Mundi got a little cost. Ancient Croxagore, another lord that never really gets used. Soul Blood on Carnosaur, got similar buffs or nerfs to Krokgar. Crested Skink, just minor changes for those. Skink Chief, gaining some cost. He's a little more expensive now. That little snopey bastard. Feral Carnosaur, losing some melee attack. And, ooh, a fair bit of damage actually. A fair chunk of his armor piercing damage, 350 down to 315. Interesting. Norska versus High Elves. Could be. High Elves have enough units for at least one more DLC. Yeah, I mean, they can always create them, right? Or just make a regiment of renown. I'm sure they've still got some lords to do, right? They nerfed everything, so High Elf's not getting anything. Balances High Elf's not getting anything. I don't know. I feel like High Elves need to lose a few price points. They need to bring some units down and cost a little. But we'll see. We shall see. Ripidactyls, losing a bit of price. Gaining some buffs and nerfs. Feral Stegodon. What about the Bastillodon Solar Engine? So the Bastillodon Solar Engine just got cost increase, which I knew about. Wondered if he had any stat changes, because this unit pretty much exclusively is brought in the double in multiplayer. Lizardmen double Solar Engine builds. Pretty much all you ever see nowadays. It's quite boring, so it's good that they've got a price increase. Maybe that'll slow that down a little. But maybe they could have taken some power out of the Solar Engine. Maybe. Ancient Salamander nerf. What about it? Oh yeah, that's quite hefty actually. Was he a problem before? Lost some charge bonus, lost melee attack, lost melee defense, gained some leadership, and some ammo. And costs way less. I don't know if that's a nerf or not. It's quite a big drop in price. Stegodon losing some cost. Chameleon Skink's gaining some cost. That's probably good too. Chameleon Skink's really popular in multiplayer. So good that they're going to need to be a little bit better managed in terms of price. Because they're an extra 50 now. Norska. Throg losing some mass. Was Throg too heavy of a boy? I mean, he's a chunky lad. He's supposed to be heavy, right? Werekin melee attack. A little bit off. Beasts of Tashnar up in price. They are a pretty powerful unit, so that's probably fair. The Maws of Savagery up in price. Up in armor piercing damage and down in base weapon damage. Curious. Skinwolves losing some melee attack. Skinwolves are pretty strong, as they're often bought en masse. So those changes are probably good. Probably. Lost a little melee attack for my Berserker boys. On to the Skaven. The Bonebreaker Chieftain. Getting a little nerf down. Gorich losing some melee attack. The Brood Horror Packmaster nerfed. Throt losing a little melee attack and a little armor piercing damage. Is he still a problem? Warlord, Brood Horror, Skrulky. Skrulky lost some melee attack. Throt lost some weight. Yeah, I guess maybe they're trying to make people use the Salamander a bit more than Bastillodon solar engines, maybe. Did your legendary Lord Chainsaw Gav get nerfed? He did. He now has 12 leadership. Only 12. Mutant Rat Ogre lost some armor piercing damage. Brood Horror lost some melee attack. Little damage, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Thing went down in price. Oh man, the Plague Monks lost melee attack. You never saw them used in multiplayer anyway, so now they never will be. That's a shame. I wish they were used more. Plague Monks and Sense Bearers. You don't see them too often, and they've lost melee attack for one reason or another. Got a runner's poison, lost some costs. Cool. Yeah, let's nerf the monsters. Get more weapon teams builds. Yeah, there are some strange calls, I suppose, with that. Probably could do with a little nerf on their ranged units, but I don't know. Maybe that's just supposed to be their thing. Cetra, Chariot of the Gods, can no longer hide in the forest. Shit. We found out the other day that Archon on a Chariot still cannot attack anything in front of him, which is kind of dumb. So many units lost 2 melee attack would be easier to say. He's not wrong. Most things lost 2 melee attack. Patch notes done. Do you know what that's about? Any theories? They're trying to slow down melee? I don't have any inside information on what that's about. It could be us trying to slow down of battles in general. You make things do that little bit less damage, battles will last that little bit longer, right? Because things won't die so quickly. Maybe. I don't know. Just a loose theory. Necropolis Knight Halberds went down in price. That's probably good. They probably get overshadowed by Sepulchral Stalkers and things a little. Vampire Coast. Number of projectiles 0 to 1. Just a data bug fix. Okay. Depth Guard losing a little melee attack. They'll probably still be fine. Vampire Counts. Red Duke losing melee attack. So yeah, everyone just losing melee attack. Yeah, that is a bit curious, I suppose. Frenzy was buffed. Oh, okay. Cool. How did Frenzy get buffed? Did I miss that? Maybe I did. Frenzy now gives 2 more melee attack. Okay. Weird. We've got to give the underwhelming missile units time to 5 times their cost instead of just 4. Yeah, what they should have done is taken -2 missile damage off of everybody. So the missiles aren't so strong. Welcome Flying Foam. Did they spice up King Cazador? Not sure. Not sure who that is. I don't know Dwarf enough. I don't speak Dwarf, alright. 15 base damage changed to 10 base damage and armor piercing. Anyway, Vampire Counts lost all their melee attack, blah blah blah. Konigstein's Stalkers lost some cost. Corpse Cart's got some mass, wahey. They'll be steamrolling everybody. Mass, mass, mass. The Lord of Change. Got a bunch. Or lost a bunch of mass, sorry. Forsaken. Lose a melee attack. Drats. Wood Elves. Melee attack, yeah, it's mostly melee attack. Bit of melee defense for those, actually. Dryka. So Dryka's cost going up quite a lot. 850 to 1,000. That's a pretty big jump. That's obviously her base cost with nothing. So that might make her a little less viable. Frozen Heart Dryads went up. Loeck Tricksters, Great Stags. They were always a problem. They've lost some stuff. Melee attack, armor piercing damage. That's good. Lost Silver Knights as well. Probably feel like they could do with a little bit more, but see what that does, I suppose. Same with the other Wild Riders. Hawk Riders up in cost. They were getting a little bit spammed sometimes. Make infantry great again. Yeah, I think maybe they just need to... I guess there's two ways you go with it. You either limit the damage and you bring every missile unit and artillery unit damage down a bit, or you give everything shorter range. So where like 180 is the best archer range, maybe you make it like 140, and then everything else will go down respectively. Perhaps. Spell cost unification. That's cool. Just making things a little easier to understand. Spell Mistcast Explosion Unification. It's just changes to numbers. We've got the new rune system that hopefully we know about. Little while changes. It's going to take a while to go through all of this. Vindictive Glare is a pretty strong spell. Looks like it's had a bit of a nerfing. Quite a hefty nerfing actually. 55 to 25. Damn. Number of projectiles 10 to 5. Wow, that's going to be fucking rubbish. Sounds like it's not going to be very good at all. We'll see. Burning Head lost some damage. About time. That spell is incredibly strong still. Not sure whether 2 or 3 damage off is going to make a huge difference. We'll see. Aspect of the Dread Knight added Cause Fear. Added... Oh, that's cool. Magical attacks. That's pretty nice, actually. Aspect of the Dread Knight was an ability that never really seemed to have a great deal of use. It just gave, what, leadership and cause terror or something? So adding fear, and the magical attacks especially, because now if you're fighting an ethereal unit, you could drop that on it, on your friendly unit that's fighting the ethereal unit, and then it'll fuck them up. So that could be a really powerful ability now. Upgraded version as well. Soul Blight duration down. It's a little sad. That's a good spell. The armor reduction. Feebling Foe down in duration. Smoke and mirrors. Blah 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 blah. You're welcome, Mercy. Thanks for stopping in, man. Take it easy, G. Yeah, I'm with the Dino Man. I think campaign unit caps would be a good idea, because just make it optional. There's no harm in adding that option to just click, and then you can't make a doom stack anymore. And then the people that enjoy that stuff can do it, and the people that don't enjoy that can play kind of more traditionally and more limited, which in my opinion is more fun. Soul Blight is a buff. What did it do to armor piercing? Okay, takes away 25 armor piercing damage. That's cool. That's cool. Because that reduces armor as well, right? So that should be a pretty nice combo. Devolve. Honestly, Devolve is a spell I'm barely ever used, so not much attention I can pay to that one. Viletide rarity. So Viletide went up in cost a little. Got a little extra damage. Lost some range though. It's a nice little explosion. Do they have Doom stacks in any other Total War games? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's just bringing the same, like, an army of one powerful unit. Like, you could probably do that with, like, Praetorian Guard in Rome 2. Or, don't know, Katana Heroes in Shogun 2. I can't remember what the best Katana unit is. Is Tradekin Overcast just add speed reduction? Not sure actually. Again, not a spell I've greatly used. Tradekin. Wissen's Wild Form. Also got that armor piercing stuff. I could make that spell a lot better. Curse of Anraher. Doesn't do anything to accuracy anymore, but does take down melee defense. So that's quite a change. So it's now a spell more for melee troops rather than ranged troops. Perhaps. Transformation of Kadon went up. It's probably fine. The High Law. What time is it? Don't want to do this for too long. I think ammunition nerfing would be key. Could be. Those feel like the only two options, really. Or you make units less accurate. Somehow. But. Or you just give, like, certain rare units. Like, the Sisters of Avalon. They should have, like, top of the range. Whereas regular High Elf Archers should have way less. That could be a nerf. And only have like select units that have that big long range, like the Skaven Jezzails or the Deck Gunners. There's only a couple of those really long range missile units that aren't artilleries. The Great Bows as well. What else we got? Rune Magic. There's obviously lots of changes to that, which we've probably seen already. Abilities. So Frenzy, having that change, there's that 2 melee attack, which is why everything has lost 2 melee attack, as we were talking about. Base weapon strength, 15 down to 10. Has gained a little AP damage though. Poison got knocked down by 5% on everything, for the most part. The speed reduction is pretty huge actually, because that's normally a lot of the time what poison gets used for, just for making things uncatchable. So it's going to be, anything you shoot is going to be slightly less uncatchable now. Like those damn chameleon skinks. Brass cleaver, blah de blue de blue. So this is just a rounding off of a lot of numbers, I think, like 36 to 35. It's just because they're trying to round the numbers off. We're going to go through everything again now. Bretonian presence laughing with 140 range. Yeah, that's the thing. It should really only be like the really highly trained archers that have that kind of range and accuracy. Wasn't there a case where the Sisters of Avalon could have larger range than the game engine supported? I don't know. Anyway, various changes, blah 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 blah. These are all a little bit select now. Yeah, really interested to try out the hammerers with their splash attacks now. Have to give them a go. Emergency vent. I guess that's on the steam engine, the steam tank. The boss's loons. Yeah, so you have to do an initial charge now before you can use fanatic loons, instead of just being able to use them straight away, or spinning loons rather. Same with all the loons. There's Language of the Boys getting knocked down. Lucky Banner, that's all Wurzag. Grom, sorry. War charge bonus going down, 2%. Physical resistance going down a touch in places. Ward saves. High Elves getting a few adjustments in their numbers, but it's mostly just rounding off the numbers. Seemingly, sort of. Well, they said at the start of this blog somewhere about the reason why everything's being rounded off. Lizardmen, a lot of rounding off numbers, blah blah blah. Oh, the Ark of Sotek got some pretty nice changes. They got the new Sotek's Poison, which is a new little vortex that you can cast on the ground. That seemed pretty powerful. We tested it out on one of my testing streams the other week, or last week. And yeah, it does some pretty good work. So the Ark of Sotek might actually be a unit that gets used now. Can be pretty powerful. Nurska. Rounding off the numbers. Cold One's still useless. Cold One's useless. Numbers, numbers, numbers. Nothing particularly exciting there. Yeah, that's the most of it. And then bug fixes. We won't go through all of those. But some nice changes, some interesting changes to things like Poison and Frenzy. So yeah, there we go. If you want to look at these all again yourself, you can find them on the Total War stuff, socials. Can't be sustained in melee, too slow to be shot cav, they're fairly useless. Some fair points. Maybe they could be a little faster. They are pretty chunky. Maybe they just need a little more charge bonus. Who knows? Welcome Relami and Hector. Okay, with that out of the way, let's play some freaking multiplayer, man. Here's my face. While I get rid of this, load up the game. So I've changed back to the normal version of the game, of course. So if maybe we'll have... Well, I suppose we could just crack into it. Lycus and Willow still around? We ready for some 2v2 action? The patch usually comes at 5 PM BST. I think so. That or 3. They is here. Hey, you could win some bets. Soul, look alive, Soul. Alright, fuck it. I'll do it. she's still going. Can you see those now? No, I got him. I got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Nice. You're here and ready. Are you allowed to join? Sure. You could be a champion for somebody else, but I think we're going to try and do this with a bit of randomness. As to who goes with who. I might need some assistance. We'll see, we'll see. I wanted to win bits. Well, preferably if we can get people in that haven't got the DLC that would like a chance to win it. We'll do those first. We'll do a couple of those first. And if nobody can put the tree and the pig down, then we'll get some people that have already got it. So, what we're going to do is Lycus and Willow are going to be a team in the 2v2 world. And if you can beat them in a 2v2, any two random people that join, you will win the DLC courtesy of Lycus. Oik tree. Pig tree murder. Password is pig tree. There it is. You don't have the DLC, so this. How are you going to beat yourself? Okay, let's do... Okay, so who wants a chance to play... Who wants to play? Who wants to face Willow and Lycus? Let me know. Anyone's welcome. Okay, we got Danny. We got one man. We need another. You have the DLC? So we don't get to pick a partner? No. Well, I want to find just a bunch of people that want to do it first. And then I have a simple system that we'll use to get people in. But I wanted to make sure we got enough people first. If there's only like 2 people that want to play for it, then might as well just let them go for it. They nerfed my damn Carnosaur, said Godzilla. It's alright, Godzilla, you're still yourself. You'll be fine. You're not a Carnosaur, you'll be okay. You're still a big scary monster. No one nerfed you, did they? Don't know. Okay, we got Alex, we got Danny, we got Outer. Can I and Shock play as a second team? It's awkward because everyone's already got the DLC, so it's like kind of not as good. But hey, you can play for somebody else. You can do what you want with it. You can give it to a friend, give it to your mum, whatever you want to do with it. I'd sign up, but I only have like 3 games under my belt. Scheiße. That's okay. Anyone's welcome to play anyway. You might get teamed up with an absolute pro who will carry you. Who knows? Well, we don't want to use pre-made so much. We'd rather have it kind of randomized. Otherwise, it can be a little too easy. Or not easy necessarily. Like Willow and Lycus are going to put up a fight, whoever they face. But it's better if it goes on a while, you know? Because if this is over in 1 round, then, you know, it's not so exciting, right? Maybe just open up the lobby and see who joins. We could start with that. Well, okay, let's see what happens. Fuck it. Pigtree is the password. Go. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. I'll tell you what. I'll open up all spaces on one side. And then at random, I'm going to fuck people off. Somehow. I'll close my eyes and just smash somebody. Or smash somebody's close this slot button. Okay, we got Willow. If you want to join the other side, let's find a good map. La Anguille. It's always a good one. Okay. So, Willow and Lycus are going to play Beastmen and Lizards for thematic reasons. So, the other people can play any faction they want except those two. We shan't have any mirrors. We got one space left. Okay. Somebody who has no name except clan tags, unless his name is R. Okay, let's get rid of Outer because he's already got it for now. Sorry, Outer. We haven't seen Alex for a while. Let's give... I don't know who this guy is. I don't know if he's the best player in the game or whether he's a total noob. Let's close that slot for now. Well, it's mostly because you already have it, Outer. If you didn't have it, I probably would have given you a shot. Let's try... I'll give Volkerm a chance, and I think Alex, because we haven't seen Alex for a while. He hasn't played for a while. So Aimer, I know that's a clan tag and not your actual name, but that's what I'm going to call you. Going to kick you out for now. But if they don't win, you can rejoin in the next one. Because I know Volkerm is kind of a maybe a newer to mid player, and Alex is a fairly experienced player, so it'll give a reasonable team. Did anybody see those messages? Is he back again? He must have another account. These bots, eh? Get out of here, you. Have a sit down, you sausage. Right, what are you saying? We're punished for using your code to buy DLC. I know, right? You can blame Lycus. It's only Outer that was punished. And only because Outer normally comes in and wins everything. So, you know, we have to push him out sometimes. It's the only way to stop him winning. It's just to not allow him to play. He can have a think about what he's done for 300 seconds. Okay, yeah, so you can play whichever factions you like. They're going to go for Greenskins and Dark Elves by the looks of it. This will be the map. We're going to put unit caps on. Play whatever fucking rules you like. I don't know. We're playing chimp... was it clown chimp rules? So that means you're only allowed to play units that resemble clowns or chimps. We'll give Outer a shot eventually if nobody wins it. It's not like he's totally out of it, but he's just got to try and give other people a chance, man. Jesus. Greedy. Just wants all of my prizes. It's a 2v2, yes. Not a 4v2. We're doing random team-ups, Potato. Just to make it a little bit more... Well, hopefully to make it last a little longer. Yeah, just ready up when you're ready. Just hit the ready when you're ready. Do it. Just so I know who's ready. We're not all waiting for each other. You might all be ready just sitting waiting, so just go for it. I'm ready when you all are. Volkerm is ready. Willow and Lycus probably do have the advantage that they're in chat together. In voice together, so they do have that advantage over other teams probably. Looks like everybody wants to kill Willow. 3 men ready. We await the pigman. I'm actually surprised that Lycus is not playing Beastmen. Because, you know, pigs. Here we go. New patches tomorrow, indeed. So we'll give everyone like a week or two with a new patch, and then I'm going to do a tournament. If we can make it 16 man, I think we'll go for 16. But if we don't have enough of reasonable level players, then we'll probably just do 8 again. Be your chance to strip Willow of his title and win a prize. A tasty prize. I'm not sure what it is yet, but it'll be tasty. James K. Wanted to say thanks. Not only did you explain why I sucked at Warhammer Total War, you showed me why in a playlist. Massive gain since watching. Thanks. No worries, James. Thanks for watching, my man. Glad it could help you. Didn't go with the clever numbers. That's right, we've all been nerfed to melee attack. Okay. So we got Lizards and Beastmen, an unlikely alliance, versus Greenskins and Dark Elves, also probably an unlikely alliance. Oh, stream's getting a little lagos. Don't be doing the lagos, streamos. God damn it. I still got the, I can't check my graphics. Scheiße. Why is it so much lagos? Maybe I need to turn my stuff down. Not sure if I turned VSync off. That can make it worse. Hopefully it's not laggy. Too laggy or unwatchably laggy. Do I assume everyone has a higher voice? Not everyone, it's just his voice. Don't joke about the man's voice. Jesus, what's the matter with you? That's just his voice. I just copied it. God. Okay, lots of skinks. Double Bastillodon. Original guys. Only joking. Saurus. Lord Mazda. A little bit of Cav. So pretty much standard lizards. Default lizard build. And for the beastie boys, got some Ungors, got some Chaos Spawn. Willow thinks he's playing on the new update with double chariots. He's going to try and use the OP chariots. He hasn't realised he's still on the old build. Morgor, of course, the only good lord in this build. Minotaur great weapons. So lots of cheap infantry and lots of monsters it seems. Bit of cav on the sides as well. Greenskins, here we go. Battle's kicking off. Got some big uns, got some gobbos, got the Crimson Killers, got a Rogue Idol, got a few ranged units, little artillery as well, and Wurzag, Alex Dreadspears, Slash's Harvesters, a little bit of Dark Rider Cav, Manticore, some better Cav, a lot of Cav actually, Repeater Crossbows, some Witch Elves, oh no, Sisters of Slaughter actually, and Lord is Malekith on a cold one. Alright, here we go. I apologise if this is a little laggy. I'll put my settings down after this one. Hopefully that'll help it. Help me please. It's called parents' evening tonight. I don't know if you're the parent or the child. Have you done your homework? Or has your child done their homework? Charges coming in. Although missiles coming in. Hitting the Ungor spears. The javelins. Not quite worth the trade there. Bit of a waste of those Dark Riders. Didn't really get a lot of damage done. The lizards do approach though. Beastmen getting the flank on. As Beastmen do. Frontline advantage to Greenskins as they have the big uns to counter the Chaos Spawn. And then it's just Chaffy Chafters. Battling over the DLC, yes indeed. Little banishment coming down on the repeater crossbows. They dodge it a little, but it did do some work. Some cold one on cold one action over here. Cold one spear riders versus cold one knights. Pretty much the same cavalry. Always got a hold of some chameleons here with the manticore. Doing some good work to get rid of those quick. Does have the 3 crossbows. Surprised those aren't stacking up on old big boy. Lots of armor piercing missiles into him would be a treat. Greenskin's got some routing. Beastmen got some routing. The Crimson Killers getting into the fight relatively unscathed, although they are fighting Chaos Spawn. Not the best for them. Welcome, Steph. Indeed, we have had some rogue AI trying to get everyone to bet. I think V-Count's probably taking him up on it. They've probably taken him in. V-Count's just lost $500 in bets. Although hopefully he hasn't bet on this. Oh, we should have done some predictions for this fight. Actually, we can't because we're not on Twitch. There goes that plan. Taking out the artillery, though, is the Beastmen and getting after the missile units. Front line of the Greenskins seems to be running out of juice. So he's got 2 units of big uns stacked up on 1 unit of Chaos Spawns here. He should pull one of these away and bring them over to help with the other Chaos Spawn. Needed to really focus on taking the Chaos Spawn out of this Chaos army, out of this Beastmen army. Because they were the only threat on that front line. Those Ungor herd aren't going to do a lot. Alex, though, breaking through some of the Saurus. I've got $500 on my bacon tree. That's a lot of bacon tree dollar. Like us, got a forgotten Cav. Just chilling out. Just taking in the scenery, man. Just enjoy those nice views. Who wants to battle? Oh, shit. They remembered they got a job to do. Somebody's died, though. The enemy lord is dead. Looks like the Minotaur's got a hold of poor old Wurzag. And he is now sleeping with the slugs. Sleeping with the slugs in the bushes. A valiant effort. Alex doing okay. Starting to wear down Mazda Mundi a little. Malekith coming in. Dropping a Soul Stealer perhaps. Indeed. Soul Stealer on the big man. Still 2 Bastillodons to take care of, though. Not a lot of greenskin stuff left. Willow going to come and help his ally. This one looking like a GG. Valiant effort. Too many lizards and beasts, goats afoot. Chameleon Skink's got a lot of ammo. Don't know why they're not using it. Few greenskin bits coming back. Still got the rogue idol, but the favor bar pretty much telling what's going to happen here. The CP ratio is all fucked up. There we go. The first challenge is full. Good effort, lads. Volkerm and Alex. We won't look at the stuff. There's too much. There's too much. GG's. Okay, I'm going to remake the room a sec. I'm just going to check my graphics. Just to try and make it run a little smoother. Yeah, I turned VSync off, so I might be going a little crazy. We'll try that. Let's bring shadows down a touch. Maybe that'll help. Did that stay on? It did. Okay, 1 battle down. Pagan tree still intact. I'm gonna make room number 2. Z-Wars Trick P Murder 2 is the room now. Look for the 2. Don't add the old one. Don't join the old one. Okay, 4 more challengers may join. 2 will make it. 2 will be slaughtered. Yeah, Greenskins had the tools, I think, to take on the Beastmen front line. They just needed to get the big uns onto the Chaos Spawn, which is obviously easier said than done. The Crimson Killers didn't have any great targets. I guess they could have gone after the Minotaurs or something, even though obviously they're not anti-large, but they could still put in a lot of damage. Okay, we got too many. Let's get rid of... Well, let's just do that so Willow can move over. Okay, we got Sedaine, Potato, Milton. So I think Potato was winning all the tournaments before. Sedaine. Not sure of Milton's skills. I know Shock's good. Alright, I think this is good. Let's do it. I think it should be fair. Only joking. Only joking. Only joking. Let's change the map first. Let's go for good old Peak Pass. Okay. I'm going to do this at random until I stop on somebody, and whoever I stop on, I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm just going to stop, and whoever it lands on is gone. Here we go. Nobody. Okay, try again. This could take a while. Okay, whoever it's in line with. Sedaine, bong. One more. So whoever it's in line with, if I'm down here, it's going to be whoever is above. Here we go, last one. A little bit of circular stuff. Boom. Shock. Get out of here. Okay, Milton and Potato. It's your time. It's your time to shine, lads. But hey, they can come back in the next one. Listen, don't blame me. The gods kept... This guy again? Steph. He loves it, this guy. I don't know how he keeps coming back. I mean, I only timed him out last time. I hit him the first time, though, so I don't know why he's still showing. Maybe he's got a different account. Different bot account. Okay, welcome to play whichever factions you like. Challenges. So if Lycus and Willow keep winning, then we'll start to actually throw the teams at them that we know are two good players. Because, you know, somebody's got to win this shit. Ideally, anyway. Maybe Lycus and Willow will go undefeated. Maybe Falcon and Soothsayer will show up, and even they won't be able to take him down. Who knows? Bonus $500. Well, you make a bet, you get a win, and if you use the promo code day bonus, you get an extra $500. Easy, easy money. That. All you have to do is put in $10,000 bet first. Once you've done that, then you'll get that extra $500 probably. So Milton, I think he must be a cousin of Ted. Seems to like playing Borderlo. If nobody can beat Lycus and Willow, we could do like a 4v2, but just limit the amount of money that the four have to spend. They just spend like half. Like 6,000. Oh yeah, unit caps. Bloop. Check your builds, check your builds. Unit caps might be saying no now. Sorry, 20-minute time limit. Potato and Middleton ready. Willow and Lycus not ready. Can you play again if it goes to preset teams? Maybe. We'll see who we've got, if we've got people waiting. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Alright, round number 2. Can the pig tree be felled? If you do manage to fell the pig tree, not only will you get firewood to start a nice campfire with, you'll also have some sausages and or bacon to cook on it. It's going to be a good night for you. Not only will you go home with the DLC, you'll get a tasty dinner. And yeah, sit by the fire. You might smell like smoke after, but such is the way of having a fire. Wooden bacon. If that's what you're into, you could craft the wood to look like bacon and then pretend to eat it, or actually eat it and probably kill yourself. Up to you. Up to you. Oh, man down. Milton down. What happened, Milton? Have you got a wooden connection? Did your Ethernet cable fall out of your potato? What happened? Right, well that went well. It said that you left, Milton. Potato's back. Your game is still loading? Then your game has fucked you, sir. Like us kicked us. Alright. Let's find a new challenger. Milton's fucked it. Join up. The gods will decide a new challenger. Shog's back. Oh, we'll keep Potato in because he didn't do anything wrong. Not that Milton did anything wrong, but, you know. If his connection's dodgios, we can't have it dropping out all the time. Oh, this ain't my guy's back. Okay. We're going to give him a shot because he was in the first one. Sedanian Shog, get out of here. Sorry, lads. We'll get at least one of you in the next one. I promise. And then the next one and the following one. Unless he might happen to fall together. We'll see. But I'd just rather have somebody who is a bit of an unknown. So that it's a little bit fairer. As I said, it'd be good to make this more of a progression. Start off with some slightly easier teams for Lycus and Willow. And then as they climb up the ladder, they can face the tougher teams. Such as 2 players who play together and stuff. Let's go again. Welcome, Nigel. Be your teammate for the tournament? I'm rusty, man. You don't want me. I haven't played multiplayer much in the past few months. Probably get into it a little bit with the new patch. Do some quick battles and stuff. Dingo feels like a multiplayer version again. Hey. You might surprise yourself, Ding Dong. You never played multi, so we're good? Oh dear. Welcome, Easy. It's all good, man. All good in this hood. Willow playing his new main, apparently. Just waiting on the Tater Man and the Pigman. Will Pigman be bad, or will Pigman be winner? Pigman winner. Challengers ready. Welcome, Pug. Might have a new challenger in the Pugman. Boom. Here we go. Round 2. Take 2, hopefully. I can't seem to be able to change my name on YouTube. You can somehow. I've seen people do it. They said they were going to do it, and then they did it. Don't ask me how, but they did it. You can just jump into a lobby pug. I'm doing kind of a random draw of teams. So I'll open up 4 spaces, and then 2 people will be kicked from one side. It's like 4 people on one side. 2 will be somewhat kicked at random by my mouse doing this. Okay, round number 2. Lycus. Still keeping it original. God damn, you could see the back of those hopefully with the next update. At least to some degree. It's still a bit laggy. A little bit. So Skinks, similar army for Lycus. Maybe a little change in the Temple Guard and the Lord. Well, it's Mazda Mundi, but not on Zlak anymore. So I've got some Skinkos, and they're playing together this time. Willow's army is fairly different. Ungor Herd up front, still cheap up front though. Bestigor, a few throwing axes, Man Rippers. Got a Gorbull in there. We'll see what they can do. Greenskins. Gobbos up front, Savage Orc boys. Always nice to see a Savage army. Old Paunchy. Paunchy chap up front. Got some Stony Trolls. Vampires. These two playing very much apart. Zombies. Double White King. Graveguard. Lammy and Vampire Lord. Bats and zombies aplenty. Blood Knights, of course. Alright, let's see what happens. Potato needs that 3080. It does. I've debated just buying a 3080 build PC just to get the 3080 and then sell the one I have now. I'm debating that option. Or just getting ripped off on eBay. One of the two. Let's draw a potato. Oh, the battle started. Finish my potato first, more important. There we go. Potato. Anyway. Battle begins. One solid army for Lycus and Willow. Coming with a different look. Greenskins and vampires. Separate armies, but they'll be coming down together. Both advanced. Little skirmish cap for the Greenskins on the flank. Not a lot of great answers to that for either side over here. Best way to deal with these kind of skirmish caps is to shoot them. But they ain't got none of that. They got some skirmish javelins, but they're not going to be great. Short range and all. So yeah, not a lot of missile units. No Ungor Herd, or Ungor Raiders rather. No Chameleons, maybe? Unless they're hidden somewhere. Some Batos coming in. Little Spirit Leech on the Paho Sentinels. Does have the doggos he could chase off these with. Cheaper to buy a full computer than a 3080. That's the thing, it actually fucking is. Like if I buy a $2,000 or $3,000 PC and get that 3080 and then sell the one I have, it's probably cheaper than, works out at spending less money rather than just buying a 3080. Although some of them are a little bit cheaper now, but still overpriced, like 1,300, 1,200. But it's just eBay, man. You just like, do I really trust these sellers? Grum coming in. Charging through some skinkos. Playing this defensive game. Not sure who the Bastiladons are targeting. They're a little close together. You might get in each other's way there a little bit. Trying to shoot down the Troll Hag. Oh, and the old Chillgeists. Centaurs playing with those as well. Temple Guard getting a hold of them. If only they were the Star Chambers with the magical attacks. Although they're doing some good work. Wavering are the Chillgeists. Greenskins just popping some missiles in the back, or actually in the front of these lizards, or now in the back. Their shields were doing the work before. These Bestigor probably want to be drawn over to fight the Grave Guard, really. Temple Guard going to take on the Savage Orcs. The Ongor Herd just softening up the Savage Orcs. The Chill guys survive for now. Pretty beaten up though. Blood Knights coming around the flank, however. Can the Tree Pig box be broken? Gorball comes over. Front lines here, missing a couple of charges. Shouldn't be a biggie. Double White King on these Bestigor though. They're probably going to want some help. There's a big old Greenskins flank coming too. Got the Stone Trolls, more Savage Orcs coming in. This could be over pretty quick. Chillgeists going down by the looks of it. Some Blood Knights in good nick though. Want to try and skirmish those with the throwing axes. The Eye of Mor's Lieb. Popping some rocks, although blowing up his own lizards. His own lizard bros. Bastiladon taking some shots on the Lamian Vampire Lord. Getting some work done there. The Bestigor have gone down. Don't think they got a lot done. 277 value. Not a lot. They probably should have been brought over here to try and get into these great weapons. Or even these regular Graveguard. They ended up fighting the two White Kings, which probably wasn't good for them. Man Rep is in there though. They're in good nick. The War coming off. So there's just nothing they can do about these skirmish cavs here. They're just able to sit there, have a nice time, and just shoot off all their missiles. They could probably just do with some doggos just to come and chase them. Just to push them back. Even if they're going to get shot up, it'll waste some of the ammo at least. Trying to get rid of the Blood Knights over here by the looks of it. Not sure how these got caught. They should be able to outrun them fairly easily. Maybe he was trying to skirmish them manually. Stuff being chased off for Lycus and Willow as well. Welcome King Crimson. I went with a new PC to get a 3080. Still took 5 months. I wouldn't buy from a scalper. Yeah, I wouldn't really want to buy from a company that does that, because I think it's terrible. But if it's just like a person that bought one and then thought, oh, I could actually make a bit of money if I sold this, and then sold it, like, whatever. It's not a huge deal. It should probably be illegal. Like, I don't know how those, like, people that make a business of scalping, I don't know how it's legal and how it hasn't been made illegal yet. To buy things just for the sake of selling them. Just because other people want them. And you've got some fancy bot that'll get it. It's dumb. Oh, here he is again. Speaking of fancy bots, here he is. Here he is, this little fella. Come on, Steph, put him in the bin. Place your bets on Lycus and Willow. I mean, I always find it weird, like, okay, I'm streaming to 240 people. That's a reasonable amount, right? But there's probably a stream with like 10,000 people. some Fortnite stream. Go and do it on that, surely. You're going to get way more business than doing it on my little stream. Surely. These bots aren't even smart, man. So, not looking good for the tree pig. The tree pig team. There's a lot of green and a lot of black still left. Yeah, it seems to somehow just be the same bot, but a different bot. But whatever. Doesn't bother me. I wouldn't let it bother you. I just find it funny. This battle a bit of a crazy mess now. Not much to speak of. Still fairly even in the favour bar. A slight advantage to the challengers. Oh, Mazda Mundi going down though. He's not going to be getting away with Grom on his case. The Gorball going to try and make a save maybe. With the Goblin Big Boss perhaps coming to meet him. Goblin Big Boss stood his ground against the Gorball. Not for long though. Mazda Mundi probably going down. He got the Vampire Lord dead. He's getting some heals though. Still just a lot of green and black. Only a little bit of orange and yellow left. Welcome, Nick. We have a barn burner. Nick's got COVID. Get out of here, man. Stop trying to infect us. Cover your nose, lads. And your mouth. Suffocate yourself. Nick's spreading diseases. He's doing it through chat. He's got a new disease bot. Scorball's still hanging in there, to be fair. I think he's trying to get it on with the River Hag. And a lovely skull bikini. These damn Nurgle worshippers. Oh, there we go. There's a victory for the green and black. GG, fellas. Maybe we should have had some more faction rules in place for this. Maybe it should have been like random factions or something. The wheel. Yeah, we'll see if Willow can like us. Well, we'll see how far they can go. Well played, Potato and nameless Aimer clan person. If you haven't already got the DLC, you have won the DLC. Or if you want to get the DLC for somebody else, I'm sure you can do that too. Lycus is given the codes though, so speak to him in the Discord rather than I. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's who. People speak, I don't know. They got different names. How am I going to know? Well, it was either going to be him, Sedaine, or Shog. So, whoever it was, they were going to have a challenge in them. Are you doing more DLC tournament, or is this it? Oh, here he is. Here he is again. I'm going to get him. Boof. I got him quick. I got him quick, man. You only got 2 in this time. Oh, he got 3. He snuck a third. He snuck a third. It's better than the 5 he usually gets. We're going to race now, Steph. We're going to race to see who can keep that bot from having too many promos. Yeah, I guess maybe I see it a little bit before. Okay. How should we do now? What should we do? Alright. Well played, you two. Okay, we'll go again. Same thing. DLC's on me this time. And maybe we'll spin the wheel for factions. Otherwise, everyone's just going to pick greenskins all the time. Because they're the strongest faction in the game. Sedane's back. Oh, lobby might be bugged. If I win, can I get a DLC? Sure, buddy. Actually, I feel like we should make you play... I don't know, maybe we'll just do a free-for-all or something. We'll just do a free-for-all later. Is this lobby bugged or is it working? This lobby seems a little dodgers. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone owns a DLC anyway, so... Maybe just Steam vouchers would have been a better price. Let me acquire a wheel. Use the wheel of the gods. The classic. Oh, is that who's that there? Oh, okay. Let's time him out. I actually know who that is, but I'm going to tie them out anyway. Wait, was that them again? Or was that looked like V-Count's icon, so I thought it was V-Count being a Joker. And I thought I'd time him out for the fun of it. Yeah, I know it's V-Count's logo, that's why I did it. No, don't unhide him. He wants to play that joke. He should have known the risks. I feel like he didn't think it through and then was like, oh shit, yeah, they're probably just going to ban me. Oh, you unhid him. So he still got his time out. That's what he gets for his silly jokes. Okay. Alright, we'll let Shogun? We'll let Shog and Sedane have a go, but we're going to spin the wheel for those two. It's got to be Wheel Town. It's either that or we let Lycus and Willow choose factions, other than the ones they're playing. F for V-Count, F for V-Count. Silly sausage. Did he just bamboozle himself? I think he did. I don't think he thought that one through. He was like, oh, this will be a funny joke. I'm going to spam that. Did you not realise what happens? What's been happening to that bot? We were racing to time it out. Silly sausage. He thought the joke was worth it? I'm not so sure. Okay. Sedane. 2 spins. 2 spins, lad. Dark Elves. Yay or nay, Sedane? Again. Alright. Doesn't want the Dark Elves. Then he shall be... the Dark Elves. No, the Vampire Counts. Nearly the Dark Elves. Okay, Vampire Counts for Sedaine. Shog thinks he's ready, but he's actually got a spin. Oh, no he doesn't. Now he does. Shog, first spin. 2 spins max. Can we switch between us? No. You will be... oh, do we allow dwarfs? I guess we can. Dwarfs? You want dwarfs or spin again? The gyros now shoot while moving in multiplayer. I mean, I think they did anyway when they were moving forward at least, but I think they're just easier to control. They don't have 360 firing or anything. You're happy with the Dawi? Alright. Dawi time. Let's change the map. Let's go... Let's go. Iron Sand Desert. Keep it playing. Keep it playing. Actually, no, I don't fancy this map. I do not fancy looking at that map. Shimmer's Ward will do. Actually, that has a defensive point that might be bad if the dwarves get that side. Let's go for... let's go for good old... classic Balls McGee, Tower of Oath. So, a bit of an odd combo though, for Vampire Counts and Dwarfs. One is all about rushing, the other is mostly about defensive, so they're going to have a bit of an awkward game plan, which means Shog is probably going to have to rush, or the Vampire Counts are just going to have to sit back and hope that the other two don't have more artillery than them. So, a bit of an odd combo for them. Shog's got a corner box. Shog will be banned for life. Vampire box. That would be interesting. That would be original. You want to know when the patch goes live tomorrow? I think it's 5 PM BST. Usually is. Might be 3, but probably 5. Hey look, it's that bot. That bot's back again. Quick. Ban him, Steph. Ban him quick. He's changed his name, apparently. Daniel M, the YouTube member. I really need to change that logo. Looks a bit shit. V-Clown is his new name. Alright. Let's go, fellas. Could play Vanguard Dwarfs. Could do. What if we see Vanguard Beastmen and Lizardmen? Ooh. Ooh, spicy. Shog ready. Sedaine ready. Are the new heroes, lords on the Tuscarora Chariot still broken? Dunno. We tested it a bit last stream. But I think Turin's video on it was from well, the build that we had was updated once. I think his build his video was pre-update. So perhaps in that update something changed which make them not so OP anymore. I don't know. But we'll find out tomorrow. Obviously there may be another change since the build we have. So yeah, hard to say. We tried the Tuskor out a few times. It didn't really seem too bad, really. But I don't know. Just waiting on the tree. Can the Coatl hide a Dreadsaurian? I believe it can, yes. It can hide anything. Except for flying units. So any thoughts on the new Ancient Salamander nerfs? Well, they're kind of nerfs, but it lost 200 cost, so that might actually see it get used more often. I think it just got nerfed in melee, didn't it? The ranged attack didn't get too much nerf, did it? Can't remember now. Welcome, Sol. I thought you were already here. Wow. I have never noticed this bridge before. Was this always here? I guess it was. Why have I never seen this bridge before? How many times have I played this map? Never seen this bridge. Never looked over here. That's a nice bridge. This is obviously a lockdown COVID bridge. They've got one that goes one way and one that goes the other way, and you're not allowed to cross. You're not allowed to break the rules. This one is entry, this one is exit. Alright? We're trying to stop the spread. It even comes with a little star above it. Lovely. It's good that the High Elves... See, they know what's good. They're thinking ahead. They're thinking if there's a pandemic, we need 2 bridges. One is just dangerous. If those Skaven come around here with their diseases, we're going to need 2 bridges, not 1. Smart, these High Elves, although not that smart, apparently. They left these big old rocks in their bridge. Look at that. You've got to climb a rock before you can cross the bridge. Come on, High Elves. You're smarter than that. Oh, good. The bot's been timed out again. Jolly good, jolly good. Where's this bot still active? Anyway. We better not look too much. We'll wait for them to deploy. Lots of plans. Oh, this laggy. Why is this so laggos? Stop with the lagginess. I need my 3080, man. Fuck it, 3090. Funnily enough, I think it's actually cheaper to buy a 3090 than it is a 3080 on eBay. Like in terms of value for money. Or the 3080 Ti as well. They don't seem to be as bumped up in price. But I'd need like a bigger case and a new power supply if I got one of those anyway, so I might as well just get the new PC thing. Now the game's frame rate's a bit low. My PC struggles sometimes. 2v2s. I probably need to put my graphics down for streams a little more. Do apologize. It's probably these damn trees. Maybe I should turn the trees off. There's no like permanently hide all foliage option. See that when the trees go away, it's a little bit smoother. It's all the trees, man. We're just gonna have to sit in the trees and watch this battle from the trees. We actually kind of will. Okay. So, lizards up front. Got lots of javelins. Got some armor piercing boys, some Saurus. No double Bastillodon this time. Happy days. Oh, Coatl Sacred Crocosaurs. Getting smashed already. Getting focused down. They lost a lot of health. What is that those dwarfs be bringing? Double cannons. Double cannons. Flame cannon as well. Shog is not messing around. He is playing the... Oh, Christ, he's got... How many has he got? He's got 5 units of artillery. So he's bought enough for both him and the vampire counts. Goblobbers. Cannons. Shog is going... So this is like classic noob dwarfs if you were in a 1v1. Because you'd never be able to protect this much artillery. But because he's got the support of the vampire counts, he can get away with it. So he's just kind of bringing the extra range that the vampire counts can't bring. And thus the vampire counts can spend more money on, well, what they would anyway. Melee, infantry, cavalry, whatever. Willow, though, coming around the flank. Big style. Spoiler alert for the enemy team there, though. My new PC was 2,300, including a new monitor. Should be a tasty system then. Beastmen coming in on the flanks of the vampire counts. Also trying to get around. What you needed here was the what's that regiment of renowned crypt ghoul? The little stalker one that has stalk. It could sneak up here and get after these artillery. Is it the Konigstein boys? I can't remember which one does which. I think that's the skeleton warriors, isn't it? I forget what they're called. Willow coming in though with a big flank. Got some minotaurs, got some chariots. They're all flame cannons starting to go to work though. They just don't have enough pressure to stop all of this artillery, which is all fairly exposed now. If they just get some cavalry or something around here, you could wipe out these artilleries pretty quick. Which is what Willow's going for. I just need some doggos, man. Where's the doggos? If you had a couple of units of doggos, that would be a GG for these. He's only got one unit back here protecting them now. Should probably go to the farthest one. It was Potato and somebody else. Sedain, that one? I think it was those two. And this is Shog and... No, is this Sedain? I don't know anymore. Yeah, this is Sedain because he did the spins. Shog and... sorry, not Shog. Potato and... Tian, or whatever his name is. Is the DLC already out? Comes out tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon it will be released. Random spawned up Cygor in the middle here. Not sure what he's getting up to. Just standing there at the moment. Just dying slowly. Use your ammo, son. Willow trying to get rid of these artillery, but not the most effective unit for doing it with the Minotaurs. They're a little slow at this job. Willow starting to break through now, though. He's bringing in some crappy spears that will do enough, although they're not too crappy. They are the Regiment of Renown one, but they'll do enough to stop these cannons at least. And the Chariot's doing some work there as well. Got to stop these Thunderers. Front lines a bit all over the place. Some Graveguard in here. Surrounding Morgor. No worries, Dinger. A lot of dwarfs left, though. Beastmen still throwing their rocks. The Norgrimlings boys on the field. These boys are damn near unkillable, so that's what the Cygor is trying to get rid of. They are super tough. Break in the Thunderers. It's going to be a pretty big loss for the Dwarfs. And it's looking pretty good for Lycus and Willow this time around. So Willow got the nice flank in on all that artillery. Shog maybe needed to protect it a little more. Maybe needed some Slayers. I'm not sure he had many Slayers, which is a questionable decision against the Lizardmen and Beastmen. I would think a Slayer army might even be the way to go. Maybe not, but you know, a Slayer unit or two is probably a good call against these factions. Maybe he did have it, maybe I just didn't see them. Wolf warriors there. Vampire's running out of juice. Vladdy Daddy. Getting stuck in with those sacred Croxagors. Surprised they're still alive. How much damage have they done? They've got 99 kills, but they've only got 300 damage values. They probably killed a lot of zombies. Actually, they've got the Banshee right there. They should go after her. They got their magical attacks. They'll take her out quick. They'll put her in the bin. Dwarfs all but defeated. Perhaps this will be one of the last dwarf defeats we see for a while. With the new rune system, maybe things will change. Maybe the dwarfs are going to be top tier. Who knows? I hate slayers. They always take too long to kill. I'm not sure if you mean they take too long to kill things or it takes too long to kill them. Either way, one is true. One probably not so much. I'd imagine it was the latter. Vlad having a little route. Looking forward to runesmiths plus 2 runesmiths. There is a cap. You can only bring 2 runesmiths altogether. If you use unit caps, which obviously quick battles and things will, you can only bring 2. So a rune lord and 1 runesmith. Yeah, they can be difficult to get rid of, the slayers, and can be annoying for that reason. The little bastards just don't go away. They withdraw. Well played, fellas. Good effort. A tough call there because of the mixture of factions, like I said. Vampires and Dawi. Good attempt, though. The plan of bringing lots of ranged to make up for the lack of ranged of the vampires. Not a bad plan. But not enough in this one. Okay. How about we do a free-for-all instead? Let's mix it up with a free-for-all. And the winner, £10 Steam voucher. Lycus and Willow can play if they want, as they have been doing this. And then 2 others. Oh, Lycus dropping out. Willow wants his shot. We'll get people preferably who haven't played yet, apart from Willow, who has obviously wanted to win the DLC. You've already got the DLC, Tan, so I'm going to give you the boot for now. Anarchy can have a go. Anyone else? The password is Pigtree. You hate free-for-alls? Okay, fair enough. Oh, the Pugman. Okay, we'll take it. And one more. Anyone welcome. These are a bunch of decent players, though, so you are going to have your work cut out for you, but give it a goddamn good shot. Volcom's back. We'll give him a go. He played earlier, but he wasn't. I suppose we'll give him a shot. We'll give him a shot. We'll maybe do another one. See how we go. I'm not sure about the colours. They're all yellow for some reason, but whatever. Choose whichever factions you like. You own the DLC. It's for a £10 Steam voucher, so it doesn't matter if it's for the DLC or not. You can spend it on what you like. Choose whichever faction. If we have 2 factions of the same, then we'll spin the wheel or something to see who gets them. See who gets closest to the faction. Something like that. But at the moment, everyone wants to be different anyway, so that's fine. Willow. Oh, thought Willow was going back to his original main there. Back when he was a vampire coast boy that didn't bring casters. And then the new metas came along and that was it for them. Thought he was going back to his roots. Maybe by the next tournament I'll have practiced enough multi to try my luck. Give it a go, man. I'll be hosting a new tournament in a couple of weeks. See if anyone can take Willow's title. Exactly when does the patch drop? Not 100%, but I would say 5 PM BST tomorrow. Because that's when it usually is. 5 PM BST. which is usually like 6 or 7 o'clock for EU, and what, maybe 12 o'clock East Coast US, and like 9, 10 o'clock for West Coast. Saying that Willow's going back to his roots has an additional meaning. Good point. Didn't think of that one. I missed the pun. I'm too scared to do multiplayer. Hey, we got a virgin. We got a virgin. Let's make him fight. Come on, chicka bump bump. Now's the time to play your first ever multiplayer battle in front of 170 people. Why not? Lose your virginity in front of 170 people. That's how you should do it. Should I just take Willow's title off? I mean, he's going to lose anyway. Hey, man. Everyone was counting Willow out in the first tournament, and look at him now. Top of the world. Although, you know, just don't bring up the World Championship. Is there any website, Discord, where a new player could get an idea of the current meta, or just got to play and learn? You could join my Discord, where a lot of people are into that stuff. But there are like dedicated tournament Discords and things like that, where people are probably more into that stuff. But you can learn a decent amount from my Discord. We've got some good players, Willow and Lycus and a bunch of other boys put together stuff to help new players. So if you want to learn, link is in the description of this video, and maybe one of my mods might even drop it in chat if you're lucky. I should try multiplayer sometime. Just give it a go, man. Just got to dive in. You can try like 2v2s first, if you're a bit worried. Because one-on-one in any game, one-on-one or anything, one-on-one competition is always a bit more nerve-wracking because it's more personal, because it's one person versus one person. Whereas if you're on a team of 2 people, 3 people, 6 people, 12 people, you don't feel the pressure so much. If you fuck up, then one of your teammates will hopefully carry you a bit. Whereas that obviously doesn't happen in 1v1. It's all you. And that's probably a bit scary. Well, it is scary for anyone. Everyone's been a little bit nervous about multiplayer at some point. Myself included. Until you get used to it and you realize, oh, it's actually not so bad. Obviously, if you suck, it's a little bit more, what's the word? I guess disheartening if you keep losing and losing and losing, but it's the only way you get any better. Let's go, Pug. Is Willow the one who does the streams? The one with tips for playing? He is. I've never played multiplayer before. Oh, we got 2. If you 2 multiplayer virgins would like to throw down against each other, and just do it. Just get through the fear. Play some multiplayer. We'll give you some critique. We'll give you some advice. Why not? What do you got to lose? What's the worst that could happen? You'll play terribly and we'll all laugh? That is very possible. But what is more likely is that you'll play, you'll have a laugh, and we'll give you some tips. And then you'll go, shit, I love multiplayer. And then you'll go on to win the next World Championship. And you'll have me to thank. And you can pay me half the prize money. Thank you. That's all I ask. What do you think of the changes on Minotaurs? Good. Extra leadership, I think, will help them a lot. They've lost a little bit of damage output, but Frenzy and stuff got buffed and whatever. Although they have Blood Greed, actually, not Frenzy. So yeah, I think they'll be alright. The leadership is especially helpful, though. I think that was a bit of their problem. Sometimes just low leadership doesn't make sense on some units. Like a big, massive, roided up cow is just easily scared. Like, what? Look at the size of him. Look at that fucker. Who's going to scare that cow away? I don't want to fuck with that cow ball thing. Dinner time with the kids. Mom's not home, so Zook is on the telly. Sounds like you need a new mom. She doesn't let me be on the telly. Need to get rid of her and get one that loves me. I think that's the solution there. Get the kids a new mom. What is the prerequisite to join your next tournament? I like to keep my tournaments mostly community based, so it'll only be people that are around in the Discord or that show up on streams. So yeah, as long as you're active in the community and you're obviously decent, I want the skill level to be somewhat even, obviously, so have the best chance for everybody. So yeah, you'll have a good chance, I'm sure. Shog, I'll probably do some like qualifiers where more unknown players that I haven't really seen so much can just throw down. We can just watch, see what they got. We'll change the room if we want to do a little 1v1 before we finish. I'm probably going to get off soon. We'll do this, maybe that. We'll see. Alright, what do we got then? Willow coming as the Tomb Kings. Got some Tomb Guard. Got some Spears. Got a Kemrian. Got a Necro Sphinx. Got a Bone Giant. Got some Archers. Fairly balanced affair. Volcom. The wild card coming out with the Skinks. The Star Chambers. Salamanders. Priest of Heavens. Ancient Salamander. Gorok Carnosaur. Oh, what else? In the trees. Going heavy on Willow. Oh no, Anarchy actually. I thought Willow was the High Elves. He was first of all, I think, and then he changed. So going for the Vanguard deployment is Pug. Jumping on the High Elves. Anarchy is probably going to lose that artillery pretty quick. Coming in heavy with the Cav as well. Pug is not a nice man. He's just not a nice man. Not a nice man to play. And if you think he's going to treat you nicely, you are silly. He is not messing around. Double Eagles. Oh dear, he's all over him. Willow going to try and pick up the scraps. Coming in. Which leaves the Lizardmen running all the way across the map to try and get involved. It's not looking good for Shog. He might be... sorry, for Anarchy. For some reason, I'm always relating the High Elves to everybody else. It's Willow, it's Shog. Oh, it's Sedate again. No, it's just Anarchy. He's got Wood Elves all over him. If he can get a hold of this Cav and stop this Cav, he might be okay. But he doesn't have a lot to do that with. Does he have any Cav of his own? Don't think he does. These Silver Knights, just super dangerous. Holding off the Dryads, although Spearmen are routing with half health left. They're going to get chased off. They will do no more, most likely. So, unfortunately for Anarchy, I think he's going to be a little bit fuckled in this one. Just those Wood Elves jumping straight on top of him. He did play a slightly harder faction, to be fair. High Elves. Not so strong in the multiplayer world at the moment. Their smaller armies do make it difficult for them. Especially when they're Vanguard deployed upon. Willow arriving. Oh, looks like the Lizards are going to try and get Willow. Cheeky. Not a bad plan, though. He's got pugged. Yes, indeed. How much cheesing is there in multiplayer? Do people play fair or just use tons of skirmishers and corner camping? Depends where you play. If you play in like my Discord or an organized Discord of multiplayer, there's a lot of rules in place to stop any kind of cheesing, so it's usually pretty fair. If you're playing quick battles, which has unit caps, it's okay, but there is still a lot of potential for cheesing to happen. So, yeah, you're better off playing in a community, an organized community like mine or Turin's or any other multiplayer focused community. Yeah, you'll have a much better experience there, I think, especially if you're learning. Because you can face people of a similar skill level, whereas in quick battles, you could face someone of a similar skill level, or you could face one of the top 10 players in the world. So... Again, not a great experience if you have to play someone that really knows what they're doing, and you're a noob. So Willow getting involved in this now, trying to steal some points away from Pug. Anarchy's got a fair amount of points, but he's probably not going to have a great deal left by the end of this. If he can get himself 7,000 or 8,000 points, he will have put up a respectable fight. Durthu, though, taking a little bit of a pounding from all the missiles. Willow trying to gun him down. He could probably jump on him with the Necro Sphinx. Trying to get him with the Bone Giant as well, but here comes Volcom. Taking the rear of Willow. I don't know, there aren't really any YouTubers that use corner camping in multiplayer, are there? I think most are more respectable than that. Like in campaign, it's like fair game, like it's single player, it doesn't matter. If you want to exploit the game, it doesn't hurt anybody, so there's nothing wrong with it. Whether you find it fun is entirely up to you. But if you corner camp in a multiplayer match, that's a different game. That's when you're fucking with the fairness of competition, which is not okay. And like, you can corner camp in single player if you want. I personally find it massively fucking boring. But not everyone does, and that's fine. Or some people just don't know how to play the game yet because they're new to it or whatever, so they corner camp. But that actually hurts them more than anything because they're not going to learn how to play the game properly because they just use the cheap tactics. If you actually just play the battles properly and try to learn how to play like a decent player, you will get better and learn and play like a decent player. But if you sit in the corner and camp and expect to become a decent player, it's just not going to happen. You're not getting any practice. The Salamanders probably getting some nice damage on these Lost Sylvans. They are magical. Oh no, they're not magical actually. They're only fire. Okay, not so good. Not so good. Although they could do some work to Durthu if they got him. His wooden bits will be all cooked. Although Pug now... Pug was looking good in this, but he's actually run out of juice. All his shit's gone. And what do you know? Anarchy's still alive. Just about. It's mostly heroes. Everything else is pretty much dead. Willow's got a lot of stuff left, though. And, of course, the lizard men are very much in good health. Just because Legend plays single player doesn't mean people are taking this nonsense into multiplayer. How do they take it into multiplayer? There's unit caps. If you play in custom battles and let someone not turn on unit caps, then, well, you're kind of asking for it. Charles Lister with a £20 donation that came through on PayPal rather than the chat for some reason. Thank you very much, good sir. Appreciate it. I'll use that to buy the finest beard combs. Willow still trying to finish off the high elves. Looks like Pug trying to get into the lizards a bit now. So Pug is ahead in the points, but he doesn't have a lot left to do damage with now. He's lost most of his cav. He started out strong, but he's been a little bit worn down. Such is the life of wood elves. Glass cannons. They do a lot of damage quick, but they tend not to last too long. Patch will probably be released about 5 PM. How often do I do these streams? Normally on Thursdays and Saturdays. It's usually multiplayer or Total War streams, which at the moment has been multiplayer. With the new patch, we'll be back to doing a lot of multiplayer. So yeah, Thursdays and Saturdays. Why is the stream so salty? I don't think it is. It's just one person who doesn't like cheese. That's all good. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But yeah, if you're getting cheesed in multiplayer, you're just playing in the wrong place. Like, come to my Discord and play with the lads that play there. You won't get cheesed. If you do, tell me and I'll kick them out. Like, I'm not even joking. We don't stand for no cheese. If anyone feels hard done by somebody cheesing, We'll probably give him a warning, and then we'll kick him out. But if you come in and try to just, like... I don't even know what the cheese is nowadays. Double spell spam shit, I don't know. Anyway, this battle is pretty much coming down to Volcom, who really doesn't have a lot of points at all, actually. I'm surprised he doesn't have many. That's weird. Seems like he's been doing stuff for a while, but he just doesn't have many points. Anarchy, getting 9,000 points, doing okay. Doing okay, considering he got mobbed at the start. Willow's Lord's nearly gone down. That's going to be pretty bad for him. Though he's got a fair amount of points. Pug's still in the lead. This one could be close. Everyone's kind of beaten up and on their last legs. Pug's keeping in there with his few little bits and bobs, but I think he's going to be... He's not going to be able to keep up his points. Willow's still got a fair few bits left. Still got his Necro Sphinx in good health. Is there any condition to join these battles? Not normally. If it's for a prize, though, I try to make it like more fair. So in this one, we've got all pretty experienced players, although I'm not sure how experienced Volcom is, but he seems to be doing okay. But yeah, if we let like 3 noobs play against 1 really good player, it's probably a little unfair. So we try to keep them somewhat fair, but other times we'll just let whoever play, if they're not for prizes. One of the devs in the Total War Discord said 3 PM. Could be. It's usually 3 PM or 5 PM. I think in the previous few DLCs it's been 5 PM, but I don't know. But I wouldn't hold their devs to be 100% correct on a Discord, to be honest. Unless it's been properly announced, they might be wrong. I think I've seen that happen before. Would you consider updating old army list videos for the new units and metas? One day, yes. The reason I don't, I thought about it, but because of Warhammer 3, and because there's going to be some big changes coming, like the wound system for single characters, and also they said they're going to try and make melee units more viable than ranged units and stuff like that. It sounds like there's some big changes coming, and if I remake those guides now, they'll probably be wrong and outdated again when Warhammer 3 comes out. So I'm going to wait for Warhammer 3, and then we'll see how things are, and I'll probably update some of the guides then, if I do decide to. But of course I'm going to have a load of new guides to do, so fucking who knows. Who knows? Yeah, if you're playing quick battles and multiplayer, you're really not going to get a good sense of Total War multiplayer. It's really... it's full of people who just kind of want to climb the ladder. So they'll do whatever is the meta cheesy as much as possible to get there. And that could even be corner camping and stuff, so that is obviously a very bad experience. But if you play in a proper organized community, you will not get such a thing. So this is a weird one anyway. Willow is looking like he's going to take... Willow is looking like he might have done it, because he's got enough points to be ahead of everyone else. And the last man standing, who's going to be Lizardmen, hasn't got enough points to get to the top, because you only get 2,500 for the last man standing bonus. And that is not going to take Volcom to enough. So Willow may have done enough here. Even with the Lizardmen being the last alive, Willow might have done it. Where do you draw the line between unconventional tactics and cheesing? Yeah, that is a tough one. I think the only thing wrong in multiplayer, the only 2 things you can do that you should not do, is corner camping and draw kiting. That's it. Everything else is fair game. There's some stuff that might seem a little unfair, but it is, like, it's really not that bad. Like, I always used to think, like, goon squatting was really unfair, but it's really more of a case of somebody being bad at protecting their lord if you get hurt by it. Because it's actually quite easy to avoid. If you haven't planned for it, and you don't expect it, then it could get you. But if you're a good player, you'll be able to do it very easily. If you watch high-level games, you don't really see goon squads happening, because they don't work very well when somebody knows how to stop it. What is draw kiting? Draw kiting is when you're basically going to lose the battle, but you just run away so that the timer runs out, and then you get a draw instead. So yeah, it's just avoiding losing by running away until the timer runs out. Good game. Well played, Willow. I think Willow won that. I didn't actually check, but I assume he did. Yeah, it was a good fight. That was an exciting one. Pug came out early with the Vanguard deployment, messed Anarchy up. Looked like he was going to take him straight out, but Anarchy hung in there. Got a respectable score at least. And but Willow came through, mopped up those two. And the Lizardmen couldn't quite get enough points to kill anybody to keep up. Otherwise, the Lizardmen probably could have won that if they killed a little more. They got stuck in a little sooner. Yeah. Good game, though. Well played, Willow. £10 of Steamy vouchers. I'll get that to you hopefully later. And I owe a couple of other people the DLC, so I'll try and get those out as well. I've done that in campaign. Oh, you dirty drawkiter. But yeah, in campaign, it's whatever. You don't hurt anybody by doing that. I don't think the AI sits there going, fucking hell, man, he's drawkiting me. Maybe it does, I don't know. Maybe the sentient AI is coming. Okay, hold up. Let's get a 1v1. Bring in the virgins. 2 multiplayer virgins. Who we got? Come on, step up. Now's the time. 191 people. They want to see you play. They want to see a couple of virgins go at it. That's what we were all waiting for. The password is Pigtree or Tree Pig. I can't remember. Pigtree, I think. Akbar, you're not a noob. Come on, son. Come on, son. Virgin fight. Hey, we can get away with saying virgin on YouTube. We don't have to worry about Twitch banning us. We had 2 guys, I'm sure, with Silver. Silver was one of them, I think. Get out of here, you. I know your game. Oh, were you not actually joking? I thought you were joking, Akbar. I thought you played in multiplayer all the time. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. You play Left 4 Dead. Phrasing? Oh no, I know what I'm doing with the phrasing. When I say everyone wants to see 2 virgins going at it, you know what I mean. We're obviously talking about battling in Total War. Oh, here we go. We got a noob. We got 1 noob. We got any more? Okay, who's actually a noob? Who's never played multiplayer before? Has the cojones to jump in here and can actually tell me their name on YouTube and on stream, so I know, on Twitch, Steam, so I know who they are. Okay, Silver, who are you on Steam? When people have different names, I ain't got no clue. You're Zergrush, okay. You watch a lot, but I haven't done multiplayer before. So you've never played a multiplayer battle before, Akbar? I have some knowledge, but I play bird. Have you ever played a multiplayer battle? You were Bread Overlord. I'm looking for a straight up virgin. Yes, 1. That is not virgin enough, unless we don't have another virgin. Have we got any virgins? Never played multiplayer before, but you're kind of scared of it. You're a little bit scared of it. You want to try it, but you're a little bit scared. Now is the time. Now is the time to rise up. Enjoy your dinner, Steph. We might be finished by the time you come back. We'll see how long this battle takes. Like 30 times. I find it frustrating when playing a ranged faction and someone plays Skaven and deploys everything behind you, screwing you over. Those artillery and missiles take too long to turn around. You can just press J to turn everything around. Instantly. Someone's played like 30 times. That's no virgin. Alright, we'll give Akbar a shot. Akbar, get back in here, son. We'll maybe do 1 more of these. So if you don't get in this one, we'll do 1 more. You can play whichever factions you like. Play whatever faction you're trying to learn. We'll do a simple map-ition. Okay, Akbar's back. Play whoever you like, fellas. Try not to take too long to build an army. If you would, kindly. I've got about 5 battles. Oh, he's back. Get him. Oh, Steph's gone to lunch. Ah, bollocks. Get out of here, you. So he waited. He waited for Steph to go to dinner. He was like, right. She keeps kicking me out. I'm gonna have to wait till she's gone. As soon as she's gone, he's back. So DLC comes out tomorrow, 3 p.m. or 5 p.m. most probably. Gonna be, I mean, they've said it's gonna be the last DLC, but this is a noob battle. It is. We got 1 virgin and 1 near enough virgin. Never played multiplayer before, except for Akbar, who's played 1. How about poor Norska? No DLC for them. I mean, they're not desperately in need of a DLC. There's certainly some things they could use, Lords especially, but they're still a fairly decent faction, regardless. In terms of multiplayer, anyway. I need Ogre in my life. Tomorrow you will have your wish. I actually never played any multiplayer whatsoever. Oh, we needed you just now. I was calling for virgins, but just missed my chance to annihilate a bot. I'll let you take the next one, Sol. No doubt he'll be back. He tries hard, bless him. I hope they add Toddbringer and Red Duke as playable factions. Yeah, I wonder what that Toddbringer thing was about, the little video thing. Maybe it's a little teaser of what they might be planning. Maybe they're going to give Toddy a proper faction. Make Midland somewhat different from the Empire. We've hidden that bot about 5 times. So somehow it keeps coming back. We don't know. Me and Steph both hid it. But somehow it comes back again. It's a special bot. If you can solve it, you're the man. I hid it first, because Steph wasn't here. But it still came back, and then Steph tried to hide it. Nope, still came back. This bot's a wily one. Didn't CA once say that Toddy will have his day? Indeed, maybe. But when is the question? The fact that they're doing that, maybe it's soon? Maybe it'll be before Warhammer 3? Yeah, I mean, we've done it to like 6 or 7 accounts at this point, so who knows how many this person has. If it's a person, somebody must be organising it. Hopefully the robots aren't organising themselves. Toddbringer is a big enemy of Beastmen, so maybe a free DLC later, like Draka. But a DLC of what? Because Toddbringer's already in the game, man. Maybe he's just going to get a rework. Maybe he's going to get more of his own separate campaign. So I don't think he does at the moment, does he? Does he? Only in the Warhammer 1, I suppose. But I mean, the Midland faction on Empire is pretty crappy because you don't even get all of the units. So they should probably just give it some more. Give him some more units. Good sign, means you're popular. Thanks. Like I said, there's streams with like thousands of people watching. Why do it on this little stream with only a couple of hundred? Seems like they're wasting their time. Got a much bigger audience out there. They're going to get banned wherever they put it, so I suppose in here the chat's a bit slower. On a stream with 10,000 people, the chat's probably just whizzing by. Yeah, I think V-count's probably the cause of it. It's always the damn Russians. Those sneaky fucking Russians. Right, what are they doing? So they've both got reasonable deployment. Right. One of the big newbie multiplayer signs is that somebody has no clue how to put together a formation. But these two both, they have a bit of a formation going. So they got that skill under their belts. That's thing number one to get into in multiplayer, is learning how to put together a formation. The next thing is being able to move that formation effectively. Can you quickly move your army up as one all together at the same time? How quickly can you move independent parts of it? That's obviously your micromanagement coming into play. Then it's about knowing matchups, being able to try and see what the enemy is going to be doing. In this case, lizardmen. Oh, a bit laggy. No, we're okay. We're okay. We got an engine of the gods, double engine of the gods. The new meta right here. Lord Master Mundi. Saurus spears. Skinko's up front. For the high elves, rangers, spears, regular archers, 2 bolt throwers, archmage of fire, 1 on a horse, noble on foot, some white lions, silver helms out wide. Okay, okay. Welcome Argo. Maybe Midland themed army. Yeah, it would be cool if there was some more. I'm obviously we're getting Kislev soon, so we're getting kind of that kind of human faction fleshed out. It would be nice to have 1 or 2 more. We've obviously got Bretonia, but they're not Empire in any fashion. Although neither is Kislev, I suppose. But you know what I mean. They are at the moment in Warhammer anyway. My micromanagement is real bad. I need to train harder. It does take some practice. So, lizardmen trying to drop rocks on the artillery to break the artillery pieces themselves, but to no success. Good effort though. Although it did get the pterodon shot up. So javelin's been a little bit wasted on these silver shields here. Would have been better off trying to put these into the rangers as they don't have a shield. Engine of the Gods used on a moving target. Never a good idea. Always want to use those kind of wind attacks on stationary targets. And if you're going to do it when a unit is just out in the open and can easily move, you need to kind of do it when there's a lot going on. Otherwise, they're just going to see it. If you do an Engine of the Gods before any other units have engaged, they're going to see it and they're going to just move out of the way. This is the other option, doing it on stationary targets. There you go. That was a much better use. Got some damage on those silver helms. That was good. So, needs to get more disruption on all these ranged units. Do the lizardmen. The 2 artilleries are completely unchallenged, and all the missiles. But he's got them dead to rights there, but he doesn't have anything to deal with them. That's kind of his trouble. He needs a little bit of cav just to come in and rush all this. He does have spear protection, so you probably need more than a couple. But he does have this. This boy could do that. Scar Veteran could get in there. Although he is trying to protect Master Mundi, perhaps. But again, the High Elves don't really have anything that can pursue Master Mundi too much. Only the missiles are really the biggest threat to Master Mundi. Even though he does have a big old missile resistance. 40%. Again, trying one of these spells. Got caught though. High Elves caught it. Got out of the way. So we're probably going to find that these missile units have a lot of value. I'm not sure what they've been targeting. Maybe the large. I love the Charybdis has been buffed with more melee defense and less cost. So it's even more effective as a single entity killer. Yeah. The trouble with those units is that even though he is a single entity killer, he's a single entity killer in a one-on-one, but it's kind of difficult to very often get a straight up one-on-one in a full battle. If there's missiles shooting at the Charybdis, if there's a debuff spell on the Charybdis, there's loads of reasons that it could be not a lot of use, or not much use, as it would be. But yeah, you never really saw them in multiplayer. They're very slow, they're a little bit kind of clunky. They're not very fast as well, so most monsters can just run away from the Charybdis. It only has like 40 speed, whereas most other monsters probably have 50 plus. So it's quite easy to avoid. They probably should have given it some speed, actually. Just give it like 5 extra speed, help it out a little. There we go. GG, fellas. High Elves doing pretty good for a first multiplayer battle. I almost find it hard to believe that that was his first multiplayer battle. He's well organized, did alright. Let's look at some of the kills. The missiles, 640, 800, 1000, 800. The artillery, 1400 each. So this alone is where the Lizardmen lost. They didn't do anything about all this stuff, and that's why he lost. Missiles are incredibly dangerous, especially from the goddamn High Elves. So you really need something to bring. You really need to bring something to pressure those with. And in this case, for Akbar, he didn't have that. He had the Pterodons, but they're not great at taking out missile units. What he just needed was a couple of units of cav. Probably should have lost one of the ancient Stegodons. They didn't really do a lot at all. 600. There's a reason you don't see these too often. As cool as their effect in Engine of the Gods does look, it's unfortunately not that useful. But this is what you learn when you play multiplayer. You learn what units are kind of good and kind of bad, and obviously a lot of other people can tell you that. I told you I was a noob. That's okay. A valiant effort. Got to start somewhere. That felt more stressful than I should have. I mean, it would anyway. But it's probably extra because you're on stream as well. And I'm there going, ooh, look what you're doing. Making you probably more nervous. Yeah, the new Ark of Sotek should be cool. It's a good game though. Well played. But yeah, for Akbar, he just needed to pressure those missiles. And if he'd done that, he would have had a much better chance. Just needed a little more mobility. Had Saurus spears. So I didn't really need the spears too much. Because if you bring spears against the High Elves, you're probably going to face spearmen, which means you're just going to have to try and outgrind them, which they're usually better at. And he also had the armor piercing to get through your Saurus. So some Saurus warriors with shields probably would have been the better choice. And you don't have to worry about large too much from the High Elves. You do have the Phoenixes and dragons, of course, but those are better dealt with by missiles anyway. Or monsters like a Carnosaur. But yeah, just a couple of units of cav here, just some cold one spears. Probably would have gone a long way here. But yeah, good game. Do you think the Coatl mechanic will be something for multiplayer, used to hide parts of army? Maybe. It's kind of difficult though, because the Coatl moves at, or Coatl, I don't know how you say it. It moves at like 80 speed, which is faster than most land stuff, right? So the only thing it's gonna have to like be microed really slowly, so it doesn't get ahead of what it's trying to cover, or it needs something that's pretty much as fast as it, which I don't know, it's maybe some like light cavalry. That's about it. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit awkward to use, but okay, one more new battle. Who we got? Preferably, if we got 2 multiplayer virgins, we'll finish this off here. Who we got? We had somebody earlier. Any virgins looking to get into multiplayer? A little bit too scared to start. A little bit worried about jumping in. Now's the time. Why not do it in front of 100 odd people and go mad? Walk speed? Yeah, I'm not sure how much that'll slow it down. Might help it get to like 60 or 70 maybe. Not sure actually. Could work. Are you noob enough? No. How do you join? Just look for the room. It's called Z-Wars Pick and Tree something. Password is Tree Pick or P-Trick. P-Trick? It's not P-Trick. Pick Tree. Right, we'll take Chill Root. He said he had never played before. And Robert's played 1. Dingo, you are not a noob, despite your Carnosaur's performance. Okay, who's Deadly Pie Crab? Speak now so we know who you are. If you've got a different name from Thingy Chat. I will apologise for the bit of lag at the start. It's alright. Cause a problem. I'm noob. Password is Pigtree, I think. Pigtree. One word, lowercase. Pigtree. As Naholdir says. Hey, leave the Carnosaur out of this. Is that what you said to yourself before that battle? Must have been. Okay. Who is Deadly Pie Crab? Please let me know in the YouTube chat. Otherwise, I'll probably give you the boot because I don't know who you are. CA hates old dinos and wants us to buy new dinos. I think people just loves those dinos. Okay, you're noob. Okay, sorry, I didn't see you say something just then, Pie Crab. All good then. Play whichever factions you like, fellas. We'll change the map. Fuck it, we'll keep it the same. Map's fine. Which faction do you like the most? I'm an orc boy. I love me orcs. In all kinds of games. Skyrim, played an orc. Warhammer 40k stuff, I'll play the orcs. Total War Warhammer, orcs. Give me more orcs. I'm an orc kind of guy. War indeed. Will you play more multiplayer on stream when DLC comes out? Yes. Most probably. Ready up when you're good to go, fellas? How awkward. That's the face Danny's making right now. He's proud of himself. He shouldn't be, but he is. So, what is it? 3 months? In theory, Total War Warhammer 3 will be roughly September. So there's only a few months now. We're nearly there. It'll be the end of Warhammer 2. It'll be weird. 4 years, maybe 5? This game's been going for? Madness. I'll be doing some kind of big send-off. We'll do a big stream, lots of giveaways, lots of multiplayer as we finish Warhammer 2. Maybe I'll even do like a big 12-hour stream or something ridiculous. Maybe a charity one. Maybe I'll do it right up to the release of Warhammer 3. Who knows? Come on, fellas. Let's go. We spent like an hour on the patch notes. And then we played multiplayer. So I don't know what you're chatting about, son. Let's go, Herguf. Rat ogres are now useless. Were they useful before? Here we go. So, new battle. Hopefully encouraging some people to try out multiplayer. Ah, shit. There he is. So, get him. Now's your chance, Sol. It's your time to shine. Act fast or I'm going to have to do it. We can't have people making bets. Look alive, Sol. Alright, I'm on it. I'm on it. There we go. Okay, good. He got it. He got it. Boom. Yeah, that V count and his bots. What do you think are the worst parts about the game that hopefully are changed in Total War Warhammer 3? Campaigns. I would like to see unit caps as an optional clickable thing before you start a campaign. Unit caps on. And then you cannot make doom stacks and things. For those of us that like that kind of thing. Because at the moment we're forced to just use unit cap mods. So why not just add it into the game? And if people who don't want that, they don't have to turn it on. And they can play the game as they do now with doom stacks and whatever they like. That would be a big campaign change. Battles. Multiplayer improvements would be nice. A better system of selecting factions so people can't counterpick. A better system of ranking. Although that's kind of difficult because there's just not enough players. There's a delay on the action. That's okay. I appreciate there's a delay on my stream as well. So when I'm saying, so get that. What's the release hour for DLC? I would say 5 PM, but apparently somebody said that CA said 3 PM. BST. So one of those two. Normally it's 5 PM though, so. The avatar mode, that would be cool if they did that, but I very much doubt they will. Hopefully for a future Total War. Maybe Total War 40k they'll do that. That would be awesome if they did. Okay, here we go. Noob battle number 2. Whoa, that is a line of death. Somebody get this man my Noob Mistakes series. So it can be pretty dangerous having all your units in a long line. In this case though, the skinks are faster, so they are breaking up the line. Whoa, whoa, whoa! How strong are those mortars? Was that Queen Bess and mortars at the same time that landed? I think that's what happened. So, got to choose your targets wisely with Queen Bess. Don't want to waste the ammo, want to take out the strong stuff. Skinks are not strong stuff. But obviously that was just the start of the battle one before he probably got a chance to issue his targets. But I think he's done it now. Getting the mortars on the Saurus. Got the Ripidactyls coming around the flanks. Got Chameleons and Cav. Got a Carnosaur Lord. Oh, there's an artillery out front. This is never a good call. So he's fucked this one up. So this is what happens when you try to issue an attack order with an artillery that can't see their target. They'll move to the target. And that's what this cannon was doing. And that's why it's out of position. So classic noob mistake there. It happens. It happens. It still happens to the best of us. Don't you worry. Ripidactyls found some sneaky gunnery mob back here. Although they don't have stalks. So I don't know why they were back there by themselves. These noobs try some crazy stuff. Ripidactyls got this, dead to rights if they want it, if they're quick. Unless anything reacts. Oh no, oh no. He's going after the mortars, not a bad target either, but Queen Bess is probably more dangerous. So probably best to try and take her out. Front line's coming in. Oh, Jesus. Sol! Sol! Flanks coming round for the Lizardmen. Taking care of the mortars. It needs to get Queen Bess as well. These missiles need to turn around and shoot these Ripidactyls. That's the quickest way to get rid of them. Cheeky spell coming in. Does have the High Priest. What's it called? Stegadon. Charging around. Again, there we go. Getting after Queen Bess now. Looking to take away the strengths of the enemy army. That's the aim of the game. For the vampire counts, their strength is these, handguns, and the artilleries. You take care of those, they got nothing. They ain't got goddamn nothing. Zombie pirates, don't make me laugh. For the lizardmen, they're strong stuff. They got their lord. The Ripidactyls aren't even that much of a worry. You can just shoot them down. The Stegodon is of course dangerous. I guess the Ripidactyls are kind of dangerous because your strength is artillery and missiles, so shooting those should have been the priority and taking them out early. Skinks can be hard to get rid of, but not super dangerous if you can keep them at bay. You could just use some zombies to chase them off, just so they'll waste their ammo. And then probably the cavalry. You take out the cavalry, the large lizard men ain't got nothing, although Saurus warriors are pretty good, so you do need to focus them as well, I suppose. That is the lizard men being a little more well-rounded as a faction. It looks like the vampire count's going to struggle to protect all their stuff. Queen Beth's still in the fight though. Not sure she's actually firing there. She just seems to be staring out to space. We just still have Noctilus in the fight. Chameleon Skinks wearing things down. Do you use add-ons sometimes? And if yes, what would be your favorite? I don't use too many mods. I use the better camera mod if I'm playing single player, because that's nice to be able to zoom in a little bit more and zoom out a little bit more. Other than that, it's mostly just unit cap mods that I've been trying in campaign, but I've not really used a ton of mods. I tend to just stick to the generic game because that's what I have to make videos on, and if I use mods to change the game a lot, I have to kind of learn the game again, like the full overhauls and stuff, so I don't really touch those. Looking good for the lizards though. Vampires getting beat down, so they probably needed just to space out a little more. Space out that vampire coast army. Put your missile units here. Put your artilleries like here and here, so they're apart, and then they can all protect each other. If those Ripidactyls come in, you turn your missiles around and you shoot the shit out of them. Once they're gone, you can turn your attention to something else. You could focus them all on this big boy, the Stegodon. You could focus them all on the Carnosaur, get rid of him. Probably would have been better off with a cannon as well, rather than the mortars, because cannons are good for taking down large, which of course the lizard men have a lot of. Mortars, good against infantry, but the monsters are really the threat here, although Saurus warriors are still pretty strong. But those can be outrun quite easily, whereas the monsters cannot. Down they go. Good effort. Well played, fellas. Good game. So Ripidactyls getting a lot done there. Taking out those artilleries, 1600 and 700. Nice work from the chameleons as well. They were uninterrupted. They just attacked constantly with their missiles. Saurus were fighting zombies, so they didn't get a lot. And the Lord did a fair bit as well. Noctilus did a little bit of work, but not enough for what you pay for him. Queen Beth did a little work. Oh, we did have some cannons actually. Oh yeah, the cannons are the ones that walked out and got killed straight away. So that was just a micro error. That was just bad luck. Or well, partially bad luck, but partially just missing that they were running away. Missile units couldn't get a lot done with, which is obviously what you need to get a lot done with for the vampire counts, the vampire coast, sorry. Because Lord knows these zombies, deckhands, they ain't doing nothing. Good game there, fellas. Well played. We shall leave it there for today. Extremely nervous. I'm shaking. We've all been there, man. It's like that for everybody, I think, when you play multiplayer for the first time. It's, like I said, it's personal. It's a one-on-one. And especially as you're playing against, playing in front of me and 100 or 160 other people. It's a lot. So it's naturally going to be a little bit nerve-wracking. But there you go. You've done it. And what's the worst that's happened? Nothing. You're still alive. Nobody's come to your house and beat you up. You just played a multiplayer battle. Doesn't matter if you win or lose it. It's just about having the fun of it. It's just a better way to experience Total War battles, I think. Because campaign really doesn't give you that. Campaign doesn't give you a tactical battle. It just throws shit at you and then you have to deal with it. Whereas multiplayer, there's a little more to it. You're facing an actual person that has a brain in their head and is thinking and knows when things are good or bad. At least when they're a better player, obviously. When they're a noob, everyone's just mashing stuff into each other. But as you practice more, you get better. You learn your units, you learn your factions. That's where the real fun is. If you want to give multiplayer a try, you can join my Discord. Link is in the description. And hopefully Sol will link it. So if you want to join, get into some multiplayer, face some other noobs, learn, that is the place. Thanks for playing, Pie Crab and Chillroom, and everyone earlier. Thanks to Lycus and Willow for their little pick tree challenge. Message me if you're one of the people who won a prize. Message me on Discord so I find you and remember who you are. And yeah, DLC comes out tomorrow. I'll probably save a stream till Thursday. I was thinking about streaming tomorrow, but I'll probably just do Thursday instead. Maybe do a bigger one. We'll do some multiplayer once everyone's a little bit more used to the units and stuff. And yeah, we'll see all the new stuff in action. You can try it out. Thanks, Sol. Thanks for watching, good people. I will see you Thursday. Don't punch your microphone. Goodbye.